So as a lot of you guys might know, there's a lot of BS out there in regards to Facebook advertising for e-commerce businesses. So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down some of the main myths that are out there that people are talking about and how to stay away from making the wrong decisions inside your ad account based on millions of dollars in spend on Facebook's advertising platform from my own experience. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. All right, guys, so we're going to watch this video together, go through it and break down the myths that are involved with this and what you really need to be thinking about when running Facebook ads for your e-com business.
I want people to have kind of a testing method.
I like to use small budgets. You're better off testing many different prototypes. I like to set up $3, $5 conversion ad sets, 2 to 3. You got to read the data. There's 3 data points. There's cost per purchase, cost per link click, cost per add to cart. And I literally don't pay any attention to anything else. A winning product will reveal itself. It'll be obvious.
Yeah.
You'll be getting good cheap add to carts, good cheap link clicks, and good cost per purchase.
What's interesting is this strategy in particular, because with iOS 14 and some of the issues around the data, the cost per link click is something tracked right there inside of Facebook.
It cannot be distorted. Facebook knows it.
100%.
All right, so there's a few things that they kind of broken down here and that they were talking about that I wanted to discuss. Was first budget, right? I get this question all the time. How do I set my budget? How much should I be spending on my campaigns? And people just don't know their numbers, so we're going to break that down. The other thing that we're going to break down is the metrics that are really important to be looking at when figuring out, hey, what do I need to be looking at to base my performance on, and how do I make those decisions? So the other thing is also some attainable action steps for you guys to be using when launching campaigns, when testing products, when testing creatives, whatever it is. Basically a simplified approach to get the most out of every single dollar that you spend with Facebook ads. So let's go over that. All right, so don't mind my chicken scratch here, but we're just going to go over budget, how to actually figure out which budget you need to be using for your products and based on your business. You want to always be setting your budget in strategic approach to your product as well as your ticket price. Right, so I'll just put a little price for ticket price, and then your profit margin. So I'll just put profit margin, PM for profit margin, and these are the things that you want to be considering when figuring out your budget. So you want to be figuring out, okay, how much can I spend to break even on my product, right? So if you're buying your product for $20 and you're selling it for, say, you're selling it for $70, right? So you've got a $50 break-even cost per purchase or $50 cost per acquisition that you can spend to acquire a customer and not lose money. So this is very, very important number to be considering, right? So I'm just going to highlight this in red. So you want to be looking at your break-even cost per purchase. It's a very, very important metric when structuring your budget, right? So then the other thing is that we want to be looking at our window of testing, right? The time frame involved. So you want to be at least testing for a minimum of 24 to 48 hours to give Facebook a full 2 cycles of a 24-hour period or a day's period to spend your budget, allocate the data, and hopefully find you purchases in that time, right? So 24 to 48 hours, so 2 days, right? So now we're going to look at, okay, what is our break-even cost per purchase, and times that by the number of days that we're going to be minimum testing this product for, right? So that's going to put us at $100 budget for testing. Now, this could be then set out to be spread across multiple campaigns depending on what you're testing, right? So a few things is you might be testing location, right? Depending on, if you're drop shipping or you have an inventory-based brand, you might be limited to location, or if you're drop shipping, you might be able to basically sell worldwide. So you want to figure out which locations you want to be selling to, which markets, and figure that out too. So say, for example, you wanted to test, the United States as well as the big 4, right? So the US, Canada, Australia, UK, I'm just going to use that for this example. You might separate these by campaigns. So now you've got 2 campaigns that you want to be testing, right? You might also be testing interests compared to broad targeting, no interest targeting. So if you guys have watched videos, you've probably heard a lot of people talking about broad targeting. But you want to be split testing interests as well. I don't care what other people are saying, especially if you're working with a new ad account. So again, now you've got two variables here as well. So you can see how just structuring what you're going to be testing and how you're going to be testing it can add up in regards to your product based on your numbers. So a lot of times you don't want to be testing all of these variables all at the same time, because that's going to be, burning through a lot of budget. So at first you want to be just allocating, okay, how can I just prove out the products and see the metrics that you want to be, hopefully obtaining in that 24 to 48 hour period. So you might just pick, one market that you're going to be testing first, and then you might just test one audience that you're going to be testing as well, right? So that would just set your budget at $100 for this product example. And then you're going to structure that obviously in a campaign. I've got other videos talking about campaign breakdown, how you want to be structuring your campaigns when testing. But we can go in to that at the end of this video as well, a little bit of a simplified approach to testing most efficiently. So the other thing that we had spoke about was metrics. What metrics do we want to be looking at here? Right. So again, pardon my chicken scratch. But the metrics that you want to be looking at is going to give you a better judgment of how your product is performing. So the main metrics, kind of what they had said in that purchase, cost per purchase, right? That's going to be your most important. Obviously, you can look at your ROAS as well, but most importantly is your cost per purchase. And then you can work on increasing your average order value in the future, which is going to bring your ROAS up, right? It's going to scale your ROAS. So the other metric that you want to be looking at is obviously your cost per click. They had mentioned that as well, but I'm just going to explain why. Your cost per click metric is basically, you can also look at your CTR, right? Your click-through metric. A lot of people will talk about your CTR percentage, but your CTR is directly affected by your CPM as well, right? So it's just basically getting a better understanding of why we're looking at cost per click specifically. So your cost per click is going to give you a better understanding of what cost is it taking to bring people to your website, which then obviously your conversion rates and all of the analytics within that conversion rate is going to affect your actual cost per purchase at the end of the day and your conversion rate on your store. But your cost per click is very, very important because you can see from a better understanding of what it's going to cost you to get a purchase once you figure it out, okay, what my average conversion rate is on my store, what my break-even cost per purchase is, my profit targets as well. Your cost per purchase is something that you can influence based on multiple different variables, including your creatives, maybe your account health. Once you've got more data, you might be able to get a better cost per click, as you go on, so on and so forth. But again, not to go into too much crazy detail and to keep things simple for you guys, is your cost per purchase and your cost per click are very, very important metrics to look at when you're initially, testing. Now, a lot of people talk about CPM as well. I like to just keep an eye on CPM. CPM is obviously dictated by a lot of different factors, based on the location that you are targeting, based on the audience that you are running your ads in, how competitive those are, your quality of customer as well. So a lot of factors come into play here, and that's why if you're just starting out, CPM isn't always the best thing, because you might be making the wrong decisions if you're looking at CPM if you don't understand how CPM is influenced and what a high CPM can mean compared to a cheap CPM, because a cheap CPM isn't always the most important thing, because you could just be getting really low quality traffic and thinking, oh, I've got a really cheap CPM, this must be great, when realistically you could just be getting a lot of poor quality traffic that's not going to convert. Going back, these are the most important metrics that you want to be looking at when you're initially just testing. And then you can start to look at more metrics once you're up and starting to scale. But again, guys, don't overcomplicate these things when you're looking at your metrics. So these are the most important metrics to look at. All right, guys, and real quick before we get into the rest of the video, if you've got any value so far from this video, I just want to ask that you smash that like button down below. It helps me put this out to more people, helps motivate me to continue making videos just like this for you guys. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button as well. Get subscribed up so that you're going to be the first to view these videos each and every week. So I'm dropping them every single week on the week. So be the first to take this information, implement to your business, and actually see some growth. Then if you want to take things to the absolute next level, The link in the description is going to be down to join our private ecom group. This is where you can ask me direct questions each and every day, as well as my business partner and other people inside of our community, and actually get answers to your questions live. We also host live weekly coaching calls as well inside of that, and we've got members inside our group literally doing $23,000 every single day for less than $1 inside this group. So that the access is going to be less than $1. I don't know how long we're going to keep this open for $1, but if you are interested in joining and you've got $1 and you want to join, it's going to be down in the description below. And this is where, hopefully we'll see you inside that. But without any further ado, let's jump into the rest of the video. All right, guys, and now as I promised, I'd give you some actionable takeaways here that you can be implementing into your business and start seeing some better results. So a couple of things is that I wanted to break down that your ad strategy and the people that are preaching, different ad strategies and how they're the best and will make a massive impact in your business isn't the most important thing, right? You could have an amazing ad strategy, but you've got a crappy product that people just don't want to buy, and nothing's going to work for you. It doesn't matter how you're running ads, how you're managing, what budget you're allocating, nothing. If your product sucks, nothing is going to work. So your product is the most important thing. Now, I've got other videos breaking down what criteria you want to look for in products that have high potential, but your product is number one. The other thing is that if you have a good product but just not an enticing offer, you might make some sales, but you're not maximizing the potential of that product and the potential of how much you can spend on ads and how much profit you can make if you're not focusing on your offer. So your offer is the most important thing next to your product, and it complements obviously your product as well. So your offer, this could be things like, if you're running a compared at price, right? Just a regular sale. This is what, most people would just slap on their product and consider it a great offer. Just run like a 50% off discount, right? But there's other offers that you can go in depth with, right? You can run offers like buy one, get one. So you've got your buy one, get ones, right? So this could be like buy one, get one free, or buy two, get one free, so on and so forth, right? So buy two, get one free, just for example. The other thing is that you could do a buy X, get Y, right? So this could be a complementing product, a free gift, right? Buy X, get Y free, right? So you could give them a little gift. I'll just draw a little present here. There we go. There's my drawing for the day. Boom, free gift. And then other things like free shipping when you order, above X amount in dollars on your order today, right? So different offers based on the product. Now, not every product is fit for these offer types, right? It has to be specific to the product. Would it make sense? Do people want to buy more than one? Because if not, there's no point in running a BOGO. Maybe people want to buy a product that would complement that product, right? If you're selling like, a mouse, for example, right? Maybe you could buy a mouse, get a free mouse pad, right? Before I knock my coffee over, right? So it all depends on the product that you're selling, because every offer should be specific to the product or the product type that you're selling. So these are things to be considering. Then also, just another thing is that you want to make sure that you're running ads with great creatives. So I've got another video obviously on how to look for creatives, what creatives perform well, and how you can make those decisions based on that. But these are your most important things in this order. And that's why I'm going to put the number 3 here. Because again, you could have the best ad strategy, but if all of these things aren't lined up and working together, things just aren't going to convert. So you need to be focused on these things in these orders. And then you can dive into your ad strategy, which I'm going to go in depth in another video, as well as inside of our private group. We go over this every single week, every single day. Then you can develop an ad strategy that works for you, that works for your business, and is directly based on the products that you're selling. So hopefully you guys got some value in this video. Again, if you guys aren't already inside that group, that link's going to be down in the description below. If you want to get access, it's only $1. I don't know how long we're going to keep this open for $1. So this is your chance. If you're seeing this video and that link's down in the description, it's still open for $1. So hopefully we see you guys there and help you get your business from where it's at to that next level. And we'll see you guys in the next video. All right, guys, so we got this video from